Hey everybody, Captain Joe here from Help Heal Veterans, another episode of Creativity Heals, where we talk about how creativity can help the healing process, build resiliency, and support wellness. And we're getting thought leaders, artists, everybody who has a story to share about how creativity helps them. And we're really happy to be joined today by Jane Claus. Jane is an Emmy award-winning producer, a creativity thought leader, and super happy to have you on the show with us today.
Joe, it's amazing to be here. Thank you for having me on the show. There's nothing I like more than talking about creativity.
Awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself for our audience, Jane?
Yeah, so I am a lifelong maker. I think at 5 a.m. when I was 5 years old, I would go over to my mom and say, "Mommy, is it morning time yet? I want to make something. I want to be creative." And so it's just something that's always been a part of my life. And I grew up working in television and radio. And at some point, probably 2008, I said, and I've always been a maker, I said, well, how do I combine this television thing with this creating and making thing? And how do I bring that to the masses and inspire people to create and inspire people to stop what they're doing and just take a minute to be creative, whatever that means to them. So for me and my mission and what I do is taking broadcast media and combining it with creativity because I know it heals and it makes you better.
Awesome. So why do you think that is? Why do you think creativity helps people with whatever challenge they're facing? Be it like just making them feel a little bit better about the day, maybe feel better about themselves, or I've had a traumatic brain injury and I'm looking to get a little bit better. Why?
You know, so I'm passionate about being creative, so I'll talk about it all day long,
Yeah.
but the opportunities are endless when you let your mind just be open to creativity. So an example, I went into a fabric store in New York, a famous fabric store. A friend of mine is an accountant. And she said, well, what are we going to do in here? I'm like, you can do anything in here. So I wanted her to open her mind to say that the possibilities are endless. And you can take that thought into the rest of your life. It's whatever you can imagine you can create. Now, if you're talking about creativity insofar as what's that going to do for me, when I stop for the moment and I'm in flow, my stress lowers. I'm happier. I'm thinking of other things that are going to help me be even more creative in my life. And also, I say, take 20 minutes a day. Take 1 hour a day and make something. Be creative, whatever that means to you. If you're a writer, if you're going to cook, if you're going to paint, if you're going to sew, woodwork, anything. You'll have the sense of satisfaction that you made it yourself. And so when we talk about physical benefits of creativity, it's mental benefits like, oh, I made that. It's physical benefits because you're moving and you're tactile and you're part of it. And I think it's spiritual benefits too because you're just connected in flow with yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you have any stories that motivate you or inspire you, think that you've seen of how creativity has impacted someone's life?
Yeah. I did a segment for a company called Fairfield Processing, and they have a program called We Make for Good. And I went out on the road and I went to places all over the country and I met with groups, individuals that spent their time, talent, and money making something to donate to somebody in need. I saw the impact on what they made and how they felt. They felt better after giving of themselves, but the people that they gave to or they allowed to be part of the group, those people healed. Those people said, that was for me. Right. So the spirit of creativity was woven through this product or whatever it is they made, gave it to the person in need who was either sick or maybe it was a veteran or perhaps it was a kid, domestic violence victims, and they said, that was me, and this person cared about me. And so I think the point there is you're making something, you're healing, you're feeling better, you've done something good, you're impacting someone's life, and then that's inspiring them to create.
Yeah. Now, do you think it matters what you do for creativity?
No, not at all.
Because it's pretty broad. When you say creativity, it's like everything from like, I'm tying my shoe in a creative way, to I'm a painter, to me, I'm trying to be a songwriter, not doing very good, but it's a pretty wide swath of what creativity means.
So my motto, if you go to my website, janeclaus.com, it says live better creatively, whatever that means to you. So again, if you wanna write poetry, if you wanna cook, if you wanna be a songwriter, if you wanna sew, if you wanna rip apart fabric and turn it into something else, if you wanna do a podcast, it's just whatever it is for you, right? If you wanna color, just take a minute and be creative. So I don't think it matters. And we've talked about this, like, you know, with Help Heal Veterans, it's getting in there and it's making,
Right.
it's getting your hands on, like you make the leather kits. So it's really anything that can open your mind to, I made this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. So a lot of times, people maybe don't want to take up an activity for whatever, maybe self-doubt. Like I remember, being around a kid, when I was a kid, like I'm not going to draw because my stuff is going to be ugly, or the guys won't like me, because I'm not doing this. Or, as a guy, sometimes for a guy, that's touchy-feely. Why am I going to paint, type of stuff. So what do you say to people that maybe are thinking about this, but are maybe maybe don't think it's really for them?
Just try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
I would say, so there's a couple schools of thought. You can't fail. There's
Right.
no such thing as a mistake when you're being creative, because it's just a left-hand turn or a pivot to turn it into something else. The other part of it is if you don't want to try this by yourself, get a group of friends, get a friend, and just
Right.
sit down and make it is whatever it is you're making. You can't make a mistake. You're going to have fun regardless what it is. If you give me 20 minutes, then go do something else. If it's not for you, but I guarantee it is going to be for you, whatever it is that you choose to do. And if you try something like you're coloring, I don't really love this, but then you think, I do love paint and canvas,
Right.
maybe you learn something to try something else that's new.
Yeah. Well, Jane, you're kind of a thought leader in this industry of creativity, so this has been great, but is there anything that maybe we haven't talked about that you want to share with folks?
I think it is so important to get the word out to the masses. We are here with like-minded people, right? We are all in the business of creativity. You're in the business of healing and creativity. I'm in the business of talking. I think it's important to get everybody, get art in schools, get entertainment in schools, start up a community group, bring your friends over and have a craft day. But
Right.
I think the messaging to everyone, the masses, can really help just everyone just live better creatively.
Awesome. You talked about your website. Say your website again.
My website is JaneClaus, CLAUSS.com.
Awesome. That's great. You guys, you really need to go there. This is awesome.
I appreciate
Jane,
it.
thank you so much for your time. This has been awesome. Appreciate you sharing your insights.
Thank you, Joe. It's good to be
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah,
Thanks
be
so
well.
much.